Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate,
Hey.
activate, let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. but you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now.
Sorry, I was still getting some tea. I needed some more tea. I needed it. I'm like, cause whatever. I just didn't want to have to like pull it up. So I was here. I was just like getting the tea. So I love you guys. I'm gonna sit there like, sorry about that. I was like, oh wow, I completely almost forgot I was live. I should have just waited and been like later. And then hit the like button. I love you all. I love you all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I love you all. So, because of these churn of mine is bugging me, and they want to go to this place. So I'm like, whatever. So here we are, right? The title says Proof Diddy's Bodyguard Roger Bonds witnessed Diddy's burst of Cassie. Cassie's claims are real. Okay. So we're gonna get into that again. Welcome back to my show, the Sean Debbie Way Show. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Welcome to all new subscribers. Okay, I love you all. Welcome, 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 welcome. I miss you. I really wanna kiss your body. So, my girl, I love you guys. So we're going to get messy because we absolutely always do. So that's what we're going to do. Now, there's been people that have came into the chat and they've spoke of Anthony Wolf. If you don't know who that is, that was Diddy's bodyguard in the 90s. They also he went to trial with Diddy. Okay, so if you guys remember back in the day during the pow-powing in the club with Jennifer Lopez and Diddy and Shine, the incident with Shine, Diddy, Lopez, they're out the club. Well, Anthony was there. Okay, he was Diddy's bodyguard at the time, and he also was brought up on trial as well with Diddy. Okay, so when Diddy was being tried at the time, so was Anthony Wolf. Okay, now there's some alleged stuff about him, and we're going to get into him as well. But we're going to start off into what's going on now, which is Roger Bonds. Now, Roger Bonds, that's not his real name. Well, Bonds isn't his real last name. It's just more so like a as known as type of situation. Oh, maybe I should take this off the screen. Yeah, sorry, that's my girl. So he is an ex-bodyguard of Diddy's, well, head of security, I should say, instead of just saying bodyguard, because that's what I'm saying. It's like saying bodyguard is because he was in control of other bodyguards of Diddy's too. So that he wasn't just a standard, security, if you will. He was more so of a chosen one. Yes. So yeah, more of a chosen one. He led the security. So we're going to get into what he has stated. Now, he just came out and admitted, because in Cassie's lawsuit, she names Roger Bonds inside of the lawsuit as one of the people that saw what happened to her. Okay. And he came forward and agreed and said, yeah, I did witness things. I did see things. I saw it all, So we're going to get into that, and we're going to get into what he saw alleging to Cassie and the lawsuit. We're going to get into that too. But before we do, did you guys know this? I want to pull this up. Did you guys know this? When Cassie and Alex first got together, this is her husband, Alex. He ran a 50-mile triathlon, whatever you call it, well, an ultra marathon, because it's like 50 miles. He did an ultra marathon for DV. Okay. He did it for Cassie. Okay. So a lot of this stuff is really registering and is coming back, as we look at things that have happened in the past and it having really no specific definition behind it, you know, and whatnot. So in her journey to heal and to help her heal, he ran a 50-mile ultra marathon for her, you know. So them hugging right here, it's a whole nother meaning now, you know, of her hugging him at the end of his part of the race. It's a completely different, like, oh my gosh, he is so sweet. Like, he loves her. Okay. He absolutely does. So, with the power and impact of what I was literally just about to say this, and the power and impact of what happened to his mother, and then being in love with this woman and knowing that it happened to her too. It's like 25 of those miles was for his mom, and the other 25 was for his woman. You know, I feel that his mom is on a different path to healing, you know, having supportive figures in her life like him, you know, to really help her through her situation. Cassie didn't have that type of support. You know, this type of support she did not have, you know. So with him giving her, you know, that the type of support that she needs to be able to push through and heal from the situation is really cool. Like it is really cool. Like that's a man, you know, right there to do something like that. And not only for his woman, for his mother, you know, as well. So but for Cassie, you know, his woman to be the driving force, you know, of him doing it, I just, you know, salute, you know, Alex for that, because that's amazing. You know, that really is, that's really cool. That he did that. And it's not just him running for them, it's him doing something at all. Because a lot of people say that they, you know, stand against Stevie and that they're not for it, you know, and whatnot, but they don't do anything. He's doing something, you know, so like that's why I think it is really cool. I love to see action, you know, words are great, but action speaks so much louder. So this speaks is all I wanted to say with this right here. Yeah, I this speaks volumes. It really, 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 really does. So yeah, so shout out to Alex for doing this, because it was nothing about running 50 miles that he did for himself. He was doing it for other people. So that's what's so amazing about it. Is another thing too, is like that was a selfless act. So shout out to Alex for that. I think that is really cool. So yeah, just wanted to put, you know, just talking about the situation with Diddy and Cassie has been really dark. So it's nice to have, you know, positive moments and be able to talk about positive moments in reflecting. So yeah, so I thought that was something cool to bring up. So again, shout out to Alex. Amazing. That was amazing. So Diddy's lawyer is stating that the claims of that against him, or he's being unfair. Right, me neither. I mean, I can, but I mean, girl, 50, yeah, no. Diddy's lawyer claims he's being unfairly targeted by accusers who are lying for financial gain. Again, a lot of these people that are coming forward with these lawsuits won't win. They won't. They're doing them because they were being offered an opportunity to do so, and they took the opportunity. Now, again, I do feel that there are some frivolous complaints out there, and they're not being taken seriously. But for the ones that are making it into court and whatnot, again, there must be some type of cause for this effect. No different than with Cassie. Everything that she brought forward, it's not a money grab. I think it's weird that everybody calls what Cassie did a money grab besides Diddy and his attorneys. Well, his attorney kind of like elbowed it, but didn't say it. But I find that weird that people are stating that Cassie would, you know, what was going on with her is a money grab. It's like, well, how is it if Diddy settled? You know, Cassie, she agreed upon Diddy's settlement, not her saying, here's my settlement. Because again, she didn't have to come forward with this at all. Cassie knew what she was doing. She knew that this would be a domino effect. Even if I have to go back into silence, it will open up the door for so many other people, because she could be different on a different place of her journey, you know, her journey as a victim, as moving past what happened to you because it's some people, wear it like clothing. Some people haul it like luggage, and whatnot. And some people get to a place to where they can let the luggage go, like it's not far, but it's not overbearing anymore. It doesn't, they got to a place to where they're handling it, they're processing it, not they're over it, because it's truly something you never get over. It's something that will always affect you. Yeah, so, but again, it's a journey. So on her journey, she could be, past the part of, I feel like, because we all know it's going to take a lot for them to actually put handcuffs on Diddy. Cassie taking this, even if this would have went all the way, he still wouldn't went to jail. It would have just ended up him paying her because her claims are real. Her claims are not fake. So as much as people like these rappers and the Creep Squad, Rich Dollars, and all of them wanted to make it look like Cassie was just doing this for money, it's bigger than what you think, because a lot of people have been affected by this, just never really being able to state something, or the statute of limitation is passed. So they're, even if they did come forward, it's not much that's going to be done about it anyway. Cassie brought this to a whole nother level. Okay. Think about what has happened since she did what she did, how this has gotten bigger. So with it getting bigger, since not, because you would think after the settlement, this would just go away, everybody would have moved on. No, because there's way more to this story. So them stating that he's been unfairly targeted and whatnot, he's not being targeted. If you affect multiple people, or a lot of people, a group of people, a city of people, then you're going to have a city's worth of energy coming back at you. It's that simple. That's not you being targeted. It's just the people that you targeted now all have their targets on you. So that's it. Cause and effect. Unfairly targeted would be people coming forward literally lying on him, like Cassie coming forward lying on him. That's being unfairly targeted. He's not being unfairly targeted. The people he's affected are simply coming forward. That's it. Now, people that ain't never met him or met him one time and all of a sudden now they're trying to throw things upon him, that is not okay. That is not all right. And they'll be found out. It will be discovered. But for Jane Doe 3 to come forward and state that there's witnesses, and for Joy to come forward and say that there's witnesses like Devontae from Jodeci, and all of that, how are these claims fake, and how are they targeting him? How is he the victim? Like he's not, and you don't get to turn him into it. This is why Diddy is not saying anything. This is why he's being quiet, because he knows you're not a victim. So he wants to be looked at that way, because all narcissists are like that. It's always what you did versus what I did. So he's not going to look at anybody else's actions. Although he's settled, him settling lets us know that Cassie's telling the truth. He still comes forward and makes it look like, oh, well, I just settled just because, I didn't want to go back and forth. But no, you're guilty. You got all these other excuses, and whatnot, of why. No. You know what you did, and now you have to not necessarily pay for it, but it's coming to the light. You don't get to hide it anymore. People are not going to protect you anymore. Cassie's silence protects Diddy, not protects her. It doesn't protect her, because she's still going to go through whatever she's going through. Speaking removes protection. Doesn't matter how big a person is. We're all people. We're all human. Diddy's not a god, or anything like that. Nobody worships him. Nobody's praying to him, and all of those things. He's human, just like any of us. If we break the law, if we hurt people, if we harm people, if we have to pay for it, he is no different. The only difference is that he has money as a roadblock. He has money as a shield, to protect him against the things that we don't. Because if we were worth the same amount, we would be getting away with the same thing. But we're not. So money doesn't equal justification. I get to walk away from this. All of this stuff gets to be swept underneath the rug. You know, the what happened in the club back in the day, what happened to Biggie, what happened to Pac, what happened to so many of everybody is falling around him but him. So for everyone to be falling, it gives me the mind. I'm gonna process this, Diddy, is if you have something to do with the fall of these people around you because you're not. So for you not to fall, Diddy, that means you're ahead. So if you're ahead of the Biggie thing. You're on the other side of the car. He just so happened to get pop, 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 pop. He passed as you live. You know, the thing with Pac and whatnot. He lived. I mean, he passed and you didn't. You know, and whatnot. Although you were in the same situations that he was put in and beefing with some of the same people. You know, he was beefing with. You know, like Suge. You know, people like that. They all passed, but you don't. Everybody at Bad Boy that has ever been on that record label has pretty much plummeted income-wise if they didn't build an income elsewhere on their own that didn't involve you. But you as the artist on Bad Boy, Diddy, you're still dropping albums. Your albums are doing great. You're still making millions off these albums and whatnot because you get 85% of the distribution, publishing, and you know all that. You are fine, you know, but everybody else falling to the wayside. It's like, no, everybody falling is falling because of you. You are the reason because you're still here. There's a reason for that. And you know that reason. Like, you know. Shout out to 784 says, good job on Diddy commentary, Sean. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Midnight 2020 says, coming forward may not be for cash, but guilt of not stopping the same situation from happening to others as well. Absolutely. And he don't look like he is a one and done. I agree. And again, it not only will it help other people, it'll help other people, even people that have been hurt before her. People like Misa, people like Kim Porter. There is no way in the world, if this is Cassie's story, that is not Kim Porter's story. Because Diddy has a pattern. He has a pattern of a way of doing things. So he can't convince me that he wasn't doing those things to Kim Porter. He absolutely was. When she passed away in his home, in a home that he owned. Cassie escaped. So with Cassie escaping, where she lives right now, Diddy's name ain't nowhere on it. Because she's free. She's free of him. Kim Porter was never free of him. No. She was never free of him. Okay? I love Misa, but she's still forced to deal with him to this day. That's why she has only said certain things. We're going to get into her too. We're going to get into her again too. So it's just like, yeah, no. Like these people have been through things. Shout out to Gene Deal. Him coming forward saying that, you know, Kim's nose and Misa and whatnot, and certain things happening to her that, you know, he witnessed and had to break up. And, you know, but it's like, everybody not lying on you. Everybody not lying on you. Like, no, you have a pattern. So you've done this to everyone. The only female that truly escaped is Jennifer Lopez. Because she wasn't that deep into it. These other women were there years, decades. So it's a different type of, again, even with, you know, abusers, you know, it takes time. Like you have to wheel them in first, the more they have to gain. So he's not going to treat somebody like Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is already an established star when he got with her. He didn't make Jennifer Lopez a star. She was already a star. Fact. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Over 1,100 people in the building. We should be at least like 600 likes. Are we at least like 600 likes, mods? Where are we in the likes? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So, yeah, she was already an established star when they got together. So he can't come in treating Jennifer Lopez like he was treating Cassie. Remember, he's putting Cassie on. Jennifer Lopez already on. got her own team. She got her own label. She got her own people. So there's other rules to follow. Okay. With Cassie and him putting his hands on Cassie and controlling Cassie, it's his team, Interscope, and all of them bad boy. It's them people that's seeing what's happening to her. So it's easier to keep the secret. Him putting his hands on J-Lo and all of that stuff and sending her back to her team, they're not gonna have it. That's how I got out about Chris Brown. Because Rihanna got her own team. They're not gonna just sit back and just allow this. They're like, and then you hitting on Moneymaker and all the, oh no, that's my coin. Like, so the makeup artists, wardrobe, everybody, public, everybody got a problem with this. Because now he's picking up our money. Because how you gonna do this and how you gonna do that and this and that? Your face look like that. So honestly, they're not gonna go to protection or what's right or wrong. This is their money. This is why people remain quiet. This is why people allow people like Diddy to throw women around the room, Robert Kelly to do whatever he was over there doing, because of the money, the impact, the power that this person has. The fear of the lifestyle that they've created for their families, how their families are eating, the private schools, the car insurance, the this, the that, how all of that is being taken care of. Okay? Is these people. So to say something, to do something, you're taking away my is this worth my livelihood? Is this worth my home, my car, my marriage, my churn? Like, my mama sick, my dad is sick, my child's sick. It's so when people are just like, oh, the enablers. When I go in the mind of them, I think like, okay, well, what would you do, Sean? What would you do if you were living a good life? Your kids were living a good life. They have everything they need, all of that stuff. Would you risk the lifestyle you have for something that's going on that has truly nothing to do with you? Although it's wrong, it shouldn't be happening. Is it worth it? So part of me, is going to think like, honestly, I don't know. Part of me would feel like something needs to be said. Somebody needs to do something. I'm definitely going to feel that way immediately. But of the things to lose in the process. So I don't look at the enablers as money hungry, people like it's honestly not about the money. It's about what's being provided. And without money, money makes the world go round. Like, let's stop it. It makes the world go round. Stop it. It absolutely does. So, it's not an easy decision. So I understand, shout out to the whistleblowers. If you will, the people that came forward and still said something, rather they lost their job or not, they said, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. It shouldn't always be ex-employees. That's what's so annoying, because there's people working with Diddy right now that have witnessed and seen all of these things and more, worse. Why haven't they come forward and said anything? There are people literally still working around him right now. That woman in the picture with TMZ, everybody, with Diddy landed with someone like that, everybody cussed him out. What about her? You don't think she's seen a thing or two? Look how close she is to him. You don't, why y'all cuss her out? Shout out to Men Out 2020. He says, I think her baby father had a hand in that J-Lo introduction. We're going to that too. But there's a lot of people. Thanks for the super sticker. There's a lot of people that were there and saw and see these things with so many different women. And again, these are the women that we know about, the one that the camera has caught. We've seen all type of if you look online, there's all type of pictures of Diddy, even while being with Carisha, them saying, oh, he's cheating on her because he's meeting up at random places with girls that we've never even seen him with or know of, Instagram models and, and stuff like that. So there's those are the weak ones. Those are the ones that they're going to prey on. The ones with names, the ones that's going to be constantly seen in front of the camera. Like that's why we have to send Cassie away to heal and stuff her in hotels and stuff like that, so for a week or two, so that she can heal her not, because she was to be seen. She was to be seen. So these Instagram models and stuff like that, no one's going to care if they don't post for 2 weeks. No one's going to care. It's not going to be like all over the blogs and places because like, oh my God, Cherry Red hasn't posted in 3 weeks. So no one cares. But Cassie hasn't posted in 3 weeks. People gonna care about that. People gonna care about that. Kim Porter, God rest her soul. She hasn't posted in 3 weeks. People gonna be like, okay, well, wait a minute, where is she? Like, yeah, she don't post no more. Like, did she leave? Social media, stuff like that. So it will cause people to wonder. But no one's gonna be worried about these Insta thoughts. Like, no one's gonna care about these girls that post half naked pictures all day. They're not gonna care about y'all. So y'all are like the literal punching bags. Literally the ones that they will destroy and throw in a corner, throw a few dollars at you, and you heal, and then y'all move on to the next person, and just try to act as if nothing ever happened to you. And it did. They make you sign these ironclad NDAs, things like that to keep quiet, and you do. And so situations like this, with like Cassie coming forward to give people strength to say something, to give people strength to be like, you know what, that did happen, to me as well. So yeah, so let's keep going because obviously this is bull. But let's get into this. All right. Well, I guess we should talk about this first. I guess we should pull this up first. Hang on 1 second. Pull this up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to get into Suge Knight. So Suge Knight speaks on the Diddy and Cassie thing, and he states that it's true. He states that he did used to put his hands on Cassie and whatnot. He states the assistant that used to hide it for him, I believe her name was like Mercury or something like that. So we're going to get to that. I want to put, before we play, because I really don't want to get popped. Because it's his podcast, so I don't know if it's copywritten. I'm going to find my banner, and while I do, I'll read this. So Diddy's former head of security, who Cassie says cried with her after witnessing the birth, speaks out. I seen it, saw it, and was involved with it for years. Okay, so let's get into what Roger Bonds had to say, who Cassie listed in the lawsuit. He says, this is not meant to be threats or snitching or anything like that against Cassie or Diddy or anyone else. This is me telling my truth, and I truly remember it for 2 reasons only. First, because I have 4 daughters, so on all dudes, my truth as I seen it, saw it, and was involved with it for years. Okay, so he's stating that this happened for years. Now, what he's stating is this, and this is what Cassie stated in the lawsuit, and yeah, it's all true. So in the car, this is from Cassie lawsuit, in the car, leaving the club, Mr. Combs Mrs. Ventura, sorry, I can't believe they have the thing over there, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle, stomping on her face. Mr. Combs' security staff, Roger Bonds, tried to stop the teen, but was unable to de-escalate the situation. When the car arrived at Mr. Combs' residence, Mrs. Ventura attempted to run away, but Mr. Combs followed her and proceeded to her again in the face. Miss Ventura was bleeding profusely and was ushered into Mr. Combs' home, where she began to throw up from the situation. Upon recognizing the damage he had done and physical evidence of his abuse, Mr. Combs panicked and forced his staff to bring Mrs. Ventura to a hotel suite at the London Hotel in Los Angeles, where she was required to stay for a week. Okay, so, girl. During this stay, as her injuries from the beating healed, Mrs. Ventura began to realize that Mr. Combs' tremendously loyal network not only knew about and witnessed the assault, but also that these witnesses were not willing to do anything meaningful to stop Mr. Combs' behavior. She recognized that she was powerless, and reporting Mr. Combs to the authorities would not alter Mr. Combs' status or influence, but would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. Which I agree with. Now, with that being said, please hit the like, please hit the like. Over 1,400 people in the building. Please hit the like. So this staff that she was talking about was Roger. He was the head of security. And with him being the head of security, he did try to stop the situation, but he couldn't de-escalate it. And with him not being able to de-escalate the situation, Mr. Combs followed her outside of the vehicle. Shout out to the precious one for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. After that, getting out of the vehicle and going into Diddy's residence, well, before going into the residence, he continued to hurt her. So, and he did that in front of Roger Bonds. So it was a continuous thing. So for years, Mr. Bonds saw this behavior of Diddy, and there was multiple times that he did try to de-escalate the situation and try to remove Cassie from harm's way. And we can get into that. Let me pull that up. He did try multiple times. And Cassie stated in the lawsuit that it was one time to where Mr. Bonds, Roger Bonds, saw her injuries and they cried, like both of them. They cried together. Like he cried because she had 2 black eyes at the time. And when he saw her, he just started crying, like instantly upon seeing her. And she cried too. Because the thing about Cassie, where Diddy really messed up, everybody liked her. No one has anything negative to say about Cassie. No one can say, oh, well, she was a horrible person. She was putting her hands on him. She was doing this. She was doing that. She was da 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 da. They can't say any of those things. She was a good woman. She was a nice person. You know, so that's why people I feel felt so bad that were around her, because she was like innocent. It's like kind of like a child, if you will, you know, like that child does not deserve that. It's kind of like that with her too. You know, it's like her innocence, because it's like he's had her from such a young age, you know, 19 years old, you know, all the way until she finally got to break away. So he had her for a very long time. So that's grooming. You know, that's a grooming process. You know, grooming doesn't just happen under the age of 18. It happens while a person is young enough for their mind to still be molded. So her coming into the world of Hollywood, she came like a deer in headlights. She didn't know how to handle anything. She didn't know anything. You know, she's new, baby, you know, newborn to the situation. So he introduced her to what he felt that she should see and go through. So she was used the entire time she was with him. Again, he only let her come out with 1 album. That was it. That was it. That was it. So for her to be around for all of these years, and then she be labeled, you know, as the girlfriend, you know, it makes a person wonder, you know, like, why is she there if she's not dropping any music? You know, like, why can't she make an album? You know, like, what's going on with that? And that's not knowing the whole time what was happening in the background. You know, so to hear, you know, what was happening in the background, you have, what were her parents? Her parents were present. Her mother and father. Cassie has always been close to her mother and father. That's the thing about people like Diddy. Diddy, thank you for the super sticker. Diddy he's a manipulator. He's a narcissist. So narcissists always want to develop a good rapport with the parent. They always want to be looked at as a really good person. So he'll go above and beyond for Cassie's family, you know, and whatnot, whatever they need and whatnot, he's going to make sure, because he needs to be beneficial to them as well. So not to say that the family was taking things or funds or anything over Cassie. No, not at all. Cassie, I feel, was being quiet, not telling her family what was going on. You know, so when she would see her family, it'd just be more so of a, you know, blah, blah, blah. I feel the later on years is when they started, especially her mom, because her mom called the police in the Hamptons, I believe, no, not the Hamptons, in I believe Beverly Hills. Her mother called the police on Diddy because of what was going on between Diddy and Cassie at the time. It's like she must have heard an altercation or something like that, and she called the police and made a police report on him. So her parents clearly don't play when it comes to their child, because that police report was made because of Cassie's parents, because it's at their address where the report was, the call and report was made, like when the police got there. You know, that was her mama house. So yeah, her mom don't play those games, and her father don't play those games. I just think early on they had no idea what was going on. They was looking at Diddy as her boss. I don't believe Cassie's family knew that they were dating for years. Honestly, I don't think that they knew that. I think that Diddy told Cassie to keep it, you know, business publicly, but you know, when in private, you're my girl. You know, you're my property. Like you're my girl. You know, so when they go in front of the family, it's smiling and, oh, we're doing great. How are you guys? You know, and all of that stuff. So I think it's like that. I don't think that the parents were just, you know, like oblivious or pushed her into it, you know, just like, oh, well, you're gonna, no, I don't feel like it was like that at all. You kind of just don't know until you know, you don't know until you know. People have a way of hiding things, but you can't hide things from certain people. So when it comes to your parents, if you're close to your parent, it's not much you can be able to hide from them. They can tell in your mood that there's something wrong with you. So I'm sure that's probably how her mom and dad found out, you know, about what was going on, because they're not dumb. They know their daughter. So they're like, we know you. Like, what's wrong? Like something's wrong. You know, like this is, you're not really talkative. You know, you keep spacing out, keep looking at your watch, you know, stuff like what's going on? Like, are you okay? You know, so like you can tell when versus when your kid just kind of comes over and it's just hanging out like, oh, hi mom, or you know, hi dad, and you know, they just tell, you know, if it's a good girl, you know, she drop her purse down and you know, she just get comfortable and whatnot because she knows she's about to chill, versus she's coming around and just like it's on edge, constantly looking at it, don't take her coat off, don't even really want to take her shoes off, you know, or nothing like that. It's just kind of like, okay, are you okay? Girl, did you run over here? Like, girl, because you know, I don't play about you. I'll stop the world, stop. Carry on when it comes to my baby, you know. So yeah, I really don't feel like it was. I feel like it's a process. Only certain people are going to find out. It's usually the people closest to you. You know, no different than like Kiki, and you know her mother, and you know the people closest to you. They're too close, so they're gonna know. It's gonna be hard to keep it away from them. But somebody like Cassie, when she got older, Diddy knew what most officers do is keep you away from those people. So you go from being really close to them, you know, the rules are ripping you from those people because they want you to feel like all you have is them. Her family is the support system. You got to remove the support system. The support system will keep rebuilding you. Why would Diddy want someone to keep rebuilding something he's trying to destroy? So it's to keep her isolated. You know, as an adult, she's going on all these trips. They're here, they're there, they're here. So they have all these excuses. You know, when the mom's calling, like, hey, we haven't seen you. We're going to see you. You know, dad's calling, oh, we're going to see you. You know, and stuff like that. It's, oh, well, I'm in London right now, but when I get back, you know, or I'm in this place right now. You know, I'm in Dubai. I'm here. You know, so, you know, and then, so
quitting is where life gets real.
Before
really
yeah, you
real.
got to keep them away from anybody
So
that
keep
cares.
going.
That's why he kept
Keep
her surrounded
trying.
with his people.
Keep quitting.
You know, his people,
Quit
the
partner.
people that's going to
Free
watch
coaching,
me do
nicotine
what I want to do
patches, and
to
gum.
you, because you are mine. You are my property.
Influential name
You
in
know,
Atlanta's
so you
hip-hop
have to
industry
separate.
is speaking
can't-
out about his son's
there's
arrest in
no
hopes
way
of
because it's
guiding
a
his
higher
youth.
chance of them leaving.
After working with P.
Having
Diddy
a
for more than
support system.
15
You gotta
years,
remove
he's now
everybody.
putting his career on hold
There's a
to
video
focus on
playing.
his son's
Hold
freedom.
on.
Naima Abdullahi has his story in this week's 18.
So yeah, you have to remove all of the support systems in order to. Okay, sorry, I removed it. It should be playing. So yeah, you have to remove all the support systems in order to do what you need to do to the person. Y'all saying video playing? Is it still playing, or are we good? Is it still playing, or are we good? It should be gone. It should be gone. It's probably an ad or something. Correct. Isolation. All right. So let's keep going. Let's get into this article. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay, I muted it, so it should be good. All right. So let's get into A hip hop influencer's son arrested in Africa 8 years ago. Set to go to trial. Oh, okay. We kind of jump speed. We're a little ahead of schedule. Hold on one second. A little ahead of schedule. Let's get back into this. This is what we're supposed to be getting into. Diddy's bodyguard ready to speak on what he witnessed during Cassie's relationship. So let's get into this. Roger Bond claims he tried on numerous occasions to stop Diddy from further physically harming Cassie Ventura, but was unsuccessful. So he states that it was multiple times that he tried to remove Cassie from being harmed by Diddy. It wasn't just one time. It was a few. It was a few. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 1,400 people in the building. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. We should be almost near at least 700 to 800 likes. Okay, at least half what we got in the building. Taken to Instagram, Bonds. This is not meant to be any threat or snitching or anything like that against Cassie or Diddy or anyone else. This is me telling my truth as I truly remember it for 2 reasons only. First, because I have 4 daughters, so on all dudes, my truth as I seen it, saw it, and was involved with it for years. He added the caption, I'm willing to tell my truth because for so many years I was quiet. Nothing matters now but family. Okay, so he further on to say murder. According to the court docs, Ventura claims Bond tried to intervene multiple times in an effort to stop Diddy from further physically harming her, but was unsuccessful. Now, we just read this part about the car. Okay. So Ventura said she was then forced to stay at a hotel for a week as she healed from her injuries. In another incident, Ventura alleged Diddy once again harmed her so badly she had 2 black eyes, a burst lip, and a bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. Once Bond saw her, he began to cry due to the brutality of it all. Okay, so he began to cry once all that happened. Shout out to Carolina for becoming a member. So when he saw her, he was so hurt by what she saw, but by what he saw, that he started to cry. Now, one thing that I want y'all to pay attention. One thing that I want y'all to pay attention to is that what Cassie acknowledges right here, Ventura alleged Diddy once again harmed her so badly she had 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. 1 second. Pull this up real quick. So I'm going to read this one more time before I pull it up, because I want people to know that this is fact. Ventura said she was then forced to stay at a hotel for a week as she healed from her injuries. In another incident, Ventura alleged Diddy once harmed her so badly she had 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. This is right here. The Dubai trip. The Dubai trip. This is why Cassie never showed her face, because she had 2 black eyes. Remember, I told y'all when we did the video on that she had the scarf, the sand scarves and whatnot that people wrap around them while they're in places like Dubai to have a lot of sand, and stuff like that. When she was riding the 4-wheelers or whatever, she was riding the dune buggy 4-wheeler, whatever she was riding. Again, she said that she crashed and showed the glasses and whatnot on the ground and whatnot, so that could be her excuse to come back, because of the ATV accident. No, she never showed her face while she was in Dubai. Not once did she show her face. And when she took a picture of the sunglasses, the glasses that's on her face with the crack on the side, when she took a picture of them, we didn't see her face. She just took a picture of the glasses. because she had 2 black eyes. So this is why I share this picture. That's why it's my thumbnail again today. She literally is telling us, like telling us without telling us. And then in the caption, she captioned, "With this Dubai trip, never again because I love my mom." She wasn't talking about that ATV because it never happened. Why take a picture of the glasses because they're damaged because of this ATV accident, and all of that, but you don't take a picture of where you crashed the ATV, or anything like that. She doesn't take a picture of where none of that. So we had no proof that the ATV was ever wrecked, or anything like that. And when she explains everything, she had a bursted and bruised lip, an abrasion to her forehead, and 2 black eyes. Yeah. This is it. Absolutely. So I'll read that again when Cassie, what she stated in the lawsuit about when Roger Bond saw her and they both started crying together. I'll read that again. Stated in her lawsuit, Ventura said she was then forced to stay at a hotel for a week as she healed from her injuries. In another incident, Ventura alleged Diddy once again harmed her so badly she had 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead. Once Roger saw it, they both began to cry. So yeah, this is it. This is what she's explaining. This is Dubai. Okay, because they didn't say in the same incident, they said in a separate. So this is separate, which will make it. Absolutely. So yeah, I believe that he wanted her to go to Dubai and said that she got into which we said before, got into an ATV accident to explain what happened to her. Because I guess he wanted her to come back to the States. So yeah. Absolutely. Very sad situation. Very sad situation. Let's keep going. But yeah, that's clear as day. Okay. Let's get back into it. So this is the same article that we were just reading. Brutality of it all. Since Ventura's filing, 2 other women have come forward with lawsuits alleging the same thing. That they did with some of the same things that Diddy did. Former president of Bad Boy Records, Harvey Pierre, has also been sued for SA last week. Okay, so it's been going down with Diddy. It's been going down. So Roger, he has his own tea. He had a case at 19 for taking a life. And then what do you know? His son, Roger, the same guy that didn't come forward and say anything while this stuff was happening to Cassie. This is him right here. Okay. Influencer's son was arrested in Africa 8 years ago. He still hasn't gone to trial. Kevin Townsend was arrested and charged for murder in Nambia. Am I saying that right? Nambia? In 2011. Atlanta, an influential name in Atlanta's hip-hop industry, is speaking out about his son's arrest in hopes of guiding the youth. Roderick Rowland, who goes by the name Roger Bonds, okay, so his real name is Roderick Rowland, who goes by Roger Bonds, posted his tearful pleas on Instagram. It grabbed the attention of many people who were unaware of his family situation. As a father, what I'm going through is being without a son, he said. Bonds worked more than 15 years with hip-hop mogul Diddy for more than a decade in New York and in Atlanta. He's putting his career on hold to focus on his son's freedom. Kevin Townsend is currently locked up in Nambia, I hope I'm saying that right, just north of South Africa. His son traveled there with a friend, and in 2011, both men were arrested and accused of murder. Bond said his son is still waiting for a trial. His quote, this is crazy. This is crazy. Sorry, it moved. His quote, when I came home from being incarcerated, my mind and my thought was, I'm never coming back here again, and never did, he explained. He said he's been told the years without a trial is being because the defendants are not satisfied with their attorneys. Roger Bond plans to travel to Africa soon to explore more legal options to get his son a fair trial. One of the biggest things, why does it keep moving? Sorry. One of the biggest things that I really want people to get out of this is the pain that I'm going through. And if you care about your parents, don't put them through this pain, he said. Bond said it is also painful to see the victim's family wait almost 9 years as well for the case to wrap up. So here's my thing. Is he guilty? I haven't heard him say one time that his son is innocent. Now, Roger did an interview with Vlad about his son being locked up in Africa as well, and he never stated that he's innocent. Diddy spoke about this case too, and Diddy said that it was crazy that his son didn't get a trial yet, but you can expect what we do here in America everywhere. Again, they're in Africa. They're not in America. So they're talking about, oh, there's trial. It's like, did he do it? Okay, because from what I hear, this was a woman that they did something allegedly to a woman. I don't know. And she ended up passing. I don't know. He was grown when this happened. He went there grown. He didn't go to Africa like no minor. Or nothing like that. He went there an adult. So I'm confused. I'm confused. Like, are you raising the awareness for a guilty person? Because if he's guilty, shut up. Because he didn't say nothing about his son being wrongfully accused. He didn't say anything about Africa holding him against his will. He didn't say anything about Africa not being justified and having him there at all. He said, if y'all care about y'all parents, don't put y'all parents through this. So that's you giving that your son. Because if he was just at the wrong place, the wrong time, and he innocent, this wouldn't be my approach at all. Because I mean, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you just are. There's no way of preventing it, avoiding it. You just are. If I walk into a liquor store and 5 minutes or 2 minutes after I walk in, somebody robs it, if I could have avoided it, I would have. But I can't. So I just got to deal with what's happening. You know? I'm innocent. You know, I mean, so if your son was innocent, if he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know, or something like that, then why not state his innocence? You're not stating his innocence. I'm like, that's weird. And when you were 19, you had a murder case too. So, up and on far too far. You got 4 daughters, but watch this man destroy this woman. But you want to cry when she got black eyes and stuff like. You are head of security. If you couldn't stop Diddy from putting his hands on Cassie, you should have been fired. End of story. Cassie should have sued you too. Your security. Head of security at that. So if you can't stop, if Diddy's stronger than you, All that buffness for nothing. Because I'm confused by that. I'm just like, how could you not stop him? It gives Sean, man, please don't, man. Hey, man, don't, man. And that's what it gives. It don't give you taking both of his arms and being like, hey, chill, chill. Like, it don't get that. It get, hey, man, don't do that, man. Come on, man. That's what it gives. Because I'm like, how could you not stop him? You're head of security. Shouldn't you be like a black belt? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I'm like, it gives, oh, don't. Please don't do that. Stop. You probably shouldn't. That's what it gives. It gives words. It don't give you, like, literally try to stop it. But it said you are unsuccessful. How? Aren't you head of security? Okay, so if you can't stop Diddy from getting to somebody, how you gonna stop somebody from getting to Diddy? Treat him like you would treat a stranger. If you will body slam a stranger, body slam him. If you will throw a stranger through a store door window, do it to him. By any means necessary, stop him. They don't give you try to do that. It don't. It really don't. It gives like go as far as you can without getting fired. That's what it gives. Do as much as you can, but keep your job intact. So that's why, don't do that's gonna keep your job. Grabbing him, hemming him up, and all of that, you're fired. Somebody getting fired. It's given as soon as you put me down, you fired. As soon as you let my arms go, resignation. Like it's what it gives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I get it. With others, ones that put their hands on women, when they have her as a target, it's like a red dot. So they'll go through a crowd of people to get to that person. They will. It's like they're like a bull. Tunnel vision. So it's like I get it. If Diddy had his mind on what he's about to do to Cassie, what an abuser, they need to be fed. So he needed to be fed. Because Cassie does nothing. Does nothing. So you literally, he will find an excuse. Find an excuse. Like the video of, hold on. The video of with Cassie. The video of him walking the red carpet with her. Do I still have that? I believe I do. I don't know. I have to go get it. But the video of him walking the red carpet with her and the man shaking her hand gives, like when he like touched him, tapped him on the shoulder, like, don't touch her. Type of situation. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. It gives that he probably hurt Cassie just because that man shook her hand, because they look for things. Because a passive person like Cassie, she's the type of person that's gonna do everything in her power not to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Will go above and beyond not to do anything to get in any trouble. They don't want to give you any reason to do what you're gonna do anyway. And then a person like Diddy, a narcissistic, will just find one, will make one up. Oh, you have to hold his hand, you have to shake his hand, wait till we get home. Well, wait till we get home, wait till finding reason, to put his hands on her. Okay. That's why she said I wasn't gonna call the police on him, because calling the police on him he really gonna get me. If I do that, like that's just because they're not gonna do nothing. So that's just giving him a reason to just pummel me. Like, no, I'm not calling the police. Like, I'm not provoking him in any way, shape, or form. Like, So let's move on into Diddy not having a good history with his bodyguards. Now we know him and Gene Deal, smoke. And as you see with him and Roger Bonds, smoke. And Diddy's bodyguard unalived. This was in 2003. The bodyguard who stood trial with P. Diddy a couple years ago has now been unalived. Anthony Wolf Jones was one of the two men unalived in a pow-pow fight earlier yesterday at an Atlanta nightclub. Police in Atlanta say Jones was pow-powed and unalived outside of a place called Club Chaos. Crazy name. They say dozens of pow-pows were fired during an argument about a woman. A man is in custody in connection with the pow-pow play. Demetrius Flannery was charged with 2 counts of murder. He was also treated at a hospital for a pow-pow wound to the buttocks. Okay, they popped him in a booty. Police in Atlanta say more arrests are possible in the case. Jones and Puff Daddy were acquitted in March 2001 of pow-pow possession and bribery charges that stemmed from a December 1999 pow-powing inside of a New York City club in which 3 of the people were injured. Rapper Shine, a protege of Diddy's, was convicted of reckless endangerment and weapons charges in the case. He remains in prison. Okay, now this was in 2003. Okay, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So let's dig into this a little bit further. Okay, so this man was pow-powed and unalived in 2003. Let's get into this. Diddy's pow, Lord, is slain. Okay, Sean P. Diddy Combs, former bodyguard, who was acquitted with the millionaire rap mogul in a sensational GUN trial 2 years ago, was pow-powed earlier yesterday outside of Atlanta nightclub, authorities say. Anthony Wolf, 38, was pow-powed down along with another man, apparently after an argument over a woman at 4 a.m. in Buckhead, the heart of the city's entertainment district, said his lawyer, Michael Bachman. 2 men later checked into an area hospital and were believed to have been wounded in the pow-powing, Atlanta cops said. Jones, a Bronx native, had been spending a lot of time in Atlanta working in the music and entertainment industry since he was catapulted into the news when pow-pow erupted inside of a Midtown club on December 26, 1999, where he and Combs then squeezed Jennifer Lopez were partying. Another rapper, Jamal Shine Barrow, opened fire when an argument erupted over a spilled drink. 2 people were wounded. Combs, at the time, using the moniker Puff Daddy, allegedly pow-powed the fire into the ceiling of the club and then tried to bribe his chauffeur to take the rap for a second weapon that was found in a getaway car Combs shared with Lopez. After a 7-week trial and 22 hours of deliberation, Combs and Jones, who was Combs' best friend from childhood, were acquitted. Okay, now Mr. Wolf and Diddy were allegedly best friends. That's why he was his security at the time. But Barrow was convicted of pow-powing 2 club goers and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Okay. Bachner says Jones' family was devastated by the news of his murder yesterday, and it's heart-wrenching. I mean, it's heart-wrenching. He said, I spent a lot of time with Anthony, and he said after the trial that I saved his life. After the Puffy case, he really decided to make a break and was doing well for himself, he added. Ben Brafman, who was Diddy's lawyer, extended his condolences to Jones' family, but declined to comment out of respect for their privacy. Bullish. Now, there's more. Let's get into this. So if you've heard, they were arguing Okay, when Diddy's bodyguard was pop out. Okay, now allegedly, now this is Anthony Wolf Jones. Okay, in the middle is Justin Combs. Then to the right is P. Diddy. Okay, it's clear as day that Wolf is Justin's dad, allegedly. Now, Misa was messing with Wolf in 93. Okay. And well, from 92 to 93. Wolf, at that time, him and Diddy were cool. Like they were great. Right. He started messing with Misa first, allegedly. Okay. Diddy. And then, but did nobody know, allegedly, that Misa and Diddy was messing around. But he started messing with Misa too. All right. Unbeknownst that Misa was messing or talking to Diddy. Okay. Now, Justin was born in December 1993. Okay. So Justin was born. Anthony, or Mr. Wolf, who is allegedly Justin's father, passed away in 2003. Okay. After the trial with Diddy, 2 years after both of them were acquitted. Okay. So after they were acquitted, he, Mr. Wolf, stopped talking to Diddy. They fell out. Allegedly, the reason they fell out was Misa. Okay. And not literally because of her, the baby. Okay. So with Diddy feeling like he had, allegedly, with Diddy feeling like he had ownership of Misa, he decided to name Justin after him. Okay. That's why Justin's last name has always been Combs. Okay. Right. But because Diddy, again, was messing with Misa first. All right. After Justin was born, I believe later on, he found out that Justin was his because him and Diddy weren't okay. Like they weren't cool. But we didn't know that. We didn't know that they were cool until he passed away. Okay. Until he passed away. Mm-hmm. That's when we knew that he and Diddy weren't cool anymore because he was doing his own thing. He was doing his own thing. Now, in the bar that night in Atlanta, when an argument allegedly went down between Wolf and another man in the club, the woman that was there, because it was all over a woman, the woman was allegedly Misa. Misa was in Atlanta on business, allegedly. Okay, because she styles people and whatnot. Atlanta has a huge and has had a huge influence on the music industry. So why wouldn't Misa frequent Atlanta? It was also rumored that she had a spot down there too. But allegedly, the person that the argument was over was Misa. Mm-hmm. Somebody from Diddy crew allegedly spotted Misa and him talking. And so when people state that he passed away due to Diddy, very possible. Very possible. Very possible. Mm-hmm. To keep control of Misa. Because from what we hear, Misa was like in love with him. And that they have been seeing each other on and off. Because he has another child, I believe a daughter, that he has, I believe. He has a daughter, as well as allegedly Justin Combs. Because if you look at these pictures, Justin favors Wolf a lot. That the literally, it's like the face structure, the nose, the ears. I mean, now he definitely has his mother's features too. Justin definitely, like when there's a picture I saw of Misa when she was young, like a teenager, late, like 17, 18 years old. And she looks a lot like Justin when Justin was a kid. I'm like, oh, like they look a lot alike. Like she has strong features too. So, but if you mix these features, if you mix Misa and Wolf together, Justin. Because Diddy has strong features too. I mean, look at Christian Combs. Christian looks just like Diddy. Just like Diddy. Kim Porter's genes were stronger with her daughter, but weak when it comes to male. Because Christian looks just like Diddy, and Quincy looks just like Albie Shore. Fact. Fact. Like Kim passed on beautiful traits to her children, but the males look like their fathers. Christian, spitting image of Diddy. Christian looks like an attractive Diddy. Like if Diddy was attractive, Christian. Because Christian is very handsome. And Quincy is very handsome. Very handsome boys. Kim had. She had beautiful children. She did a great job. Beautiful children. Her twins are gorgeous. They're stunning. And they look just like her. Like her twins look a lot like her. But the boys, the fathers might as well have them. Because I'll be sure back in the day and Quincy now, spitting images. They look just like each other. And Christian and Diddy, twins. So Diddy does have strong genes. He does. Because even the twins favor him. Justin does not look like Diddy at all. At all. No. Guarantee you if they took a DNA test, Justin is not Diddy's son. He is not. This is Wolf's child. In my opinion. Allegedly. This is definitely Wolf's child. So this is why this is coming up. Let's get into this article from SK Pop. You know, guys, I love SK Pop. So Diddy claims his eldest son, Justin Combs, not being the former child of that of Anthony Wolf Jones. So Diddy's saying that he's not his son, that he's not Anthony's son. He damn sure ain't sure. He ain't young. So it says that has spread like wildfire across social media platforms. This comes amid the rapper's third SA lawsuit. Not only are fans speculating on this, but the singer's former bodyguard Gene Deal has spoken his piece about the controversy. Sean Diddy Combs and fellow musician Aaron Hall have been accused of R-wording two women in the early 1990s. This coming after the former faced an SA lawsuit against from singer Cassie. In another case that was recently filed, a woman alleged that Combs SA'd her in 1991 when she was just a college student. Giving the three legal filings, this article will examine Sean and his eldest son's Justin Combs' past. Justin Combs is the son of fashion designer Misa Hilton and Diddy. The couple welcomed their first son in 1993. They have since broke up, with Hilton also publicly dissing the singer by calling him an irresponsible parent following Justin's DUI-related arrest in June 2013. Now, claims of Justin not being Combs' son has surfaced online. Okay. Now, y'all see it's a bunch of tweets and stuff right here. I knew they would expose a lot of more ish about Diddy, but not the fact Justin Combs isn't his biological son. So there's a bunch of people online talking about this. For those unversed, Anthony Wolf Jones was Sean Combs' former bodyguard. The former worked for the latter during the infamous December 27th, 1999 incident where Sean and the rapper Shine allegedly pop out up a Manhattan nightclub. Jones was charged with criminal possession of a weapon in the second and third degree in the Manhattan Club Pop Out trial. Tragically, Jones was pop out in November 2003. He was reportedly gunned down outside a Buckhead, Atlanta nightclub after allegedly getting into an argument with an unidentified woman around 4 a.m. Now, the woman did not get hurt. Only the men did. Allegedly, this conversation was between him and Misa. Allegedly. No matter where you read this, it's going to say the woman is unidentified. It's like, it's giving protection. Because why is she not named? Everybody else named. The guy that got arrested, the two men that were hospitalized, Wolf, was everybody's mentioned but her. It gives Diddy didn't want her mentioned. It gives Diddy paid to make sure that her name was the one nowhere said. I don't know, because I find that weird. It's like allegedly it was Misa that he had a conversation with. But let's keep going. Recently, Twitter, a Twitter user took to the social media site to claim Justin Combs was the son of Anthony Jones. They saying Diddy's first son, Justin Combs, is really the biological son of Anthony Will Jones, and it makes so much sense. Anthony Will Jones put in a lot of work for Diddy as his former bodyguard before he was KILLED'd in a pop howling and BMF in Buckhead. Justin Combs is song of Wolf, Diddy's head bodyguard back in the day. Wolf had a major influencer and moved heavy and was not only heard of security but Puff's advisor. According to Gene Deal, Puff's previous bodyguard, he's been telling us that they had a dispute. The dispute was Misa. Girl. It was Misa. I don't know what just happened. Can you guys hear me? 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 Let me know if you can hear me, because we're finishing up. But yeah, so this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, I think it's perfect. Okay, I don't know what just happened. My screen went black. So okay. So details about the alleged dispute were unavailable online when this article was written. Gene Deal, Sean Combs' former bodyguard, also addressed allegations of Justin being Jones's son, not Diddy's. However, he avoided getting into the details by saying he wasn't there. So, girl. So even Gene Deal has stated certain things. It's just like, yeah, it was said. It was said that Diddy, but it doesn't give Misa wanted to be with Diddy. When Diddy saw somebody or saw something that he wanted, he would go after it. He would take it. It wasn't anything that he would request. And hold on. Okay. So and there's a photo. As you see Kim Porter, Gene, Lord Gene, Wolf, and a woman, but you see Diddy's next to Kim Porter. So with that being said, with Diddy being next to Kim Porter, you know that Gene was around because Gene, sorry, not Gene, Wolf. Diddy was with both of them at the same time. He was with Kim Porter and Misa at the same time. Misa was not a public relationship because he was with Kim Porter the whole time. So it wasn't public. So when Diddy had Justin with Misa, him and Kim didn't have any children. See what I'm saying? So his first kid would have been in a relationship with a whole nother person. Okay. So what this picture proves is that he was around when Justin was conceived. So Diddy can't lie and say that this was after. No, this was during. He was your bodyguard during. So it's, why would he think not that he can't mess with Misa if you were Kim? Why would he not think that? You got a whole woman. Like what? So if Misa was shooting her shot and she saw him and was attracted to him, like, hey, who you? You know, like, hey, 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 come here. Let's have a baby. So if he wanted to, you know, that's what I'm saying. Misa pursued him. From what I've read, it wasn't him pursuing Misa. Misa wanted him. Misa saw him and liked what she saw, which he was a nice looking man. She liked what she saw, you know, and whatnot. I mean, and then when you putting clothes on people, you know, and stuff like that, because Misa dressed everybody around Diddy. Everybody, even Kim Porter. Like she dressed everyone. So from security to publicist to manager to she would dress everyone. Anytime Diddy needed somebody dressed, she would do it. Whole time sleeping with her. So, but that wasn't like a known thing. It wasn't like everybody knew, you know, that no. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. So yeah. So she, you know, putting clothes on him like, oh, good. Oh, okay. And they start messing around, fooling around. You know, she gets pregnant. You know, it makes complete sense. Diddy feels like she's property. So to spite Wolf, Diddy said that it was his baby. And Wolf wasn't going to, you know, challenge him, you know, at that point in time. That's why I feel like Wolf didn't know until later on. I don't feel like he knew for a fact until later on that Justin was his kid. I think, you know, Diddy, like, you know, I was smashing or that she pregnant, you know what I'm saying? You don't leave a B type of situation. That's why I feel the dispute truly was birthed from Misa between the two men, because he's still stuck around at that. Because again, Justin was born in 93. The trial wasn't until 2001. So him and Diddy were still around each other. So it's not like in 93 when Justin was born, they had a feud or a battle about Justin. No, I believe that Diddy told him that was his son, and I believe Whoop just believed him. So, and gave him the last name Combs to stamp it and be like, yeah, he my son. Whole time. Wolf's kid. So yeah, allegedly, girl. Allegedly. We are at our hour and a half mark. Shout out to the 1,700 people that made it to the building. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Sole purpose says. Oops, sorry. I'm wondering who Diddy really is. Like, why has he been able to get away with all of this for so long? Is he the son of some powerful person? Why are people so protective of him? No, his father passed away a long time ago. Diddy's father passed away when he was a kid. No, I believe money. Money. And it's a web. There's a lot of people that are connected to a lot of these things that go on. If Robert Sylvester Kelly wants to get out of jail, he knows what to do. He knows what to do. He knows what to do. Because it's levels. It's levels. If Diddy is sharing some of the same characteristics of people like Robert Sylvester Kelly, Bill Cosby, if all of these men have these things in common, okay, with the stuff that they're doing to people, it's all learned behavior. Somebody taught them everything that they're doing. Everything. So there's people with even more money than them that are above them that have been getting away with this for 40, 50, 60 years. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Our government is a part of it. I mean, definitely. There's people in certain branches and certain things, and they're all connected and, you know, and whatnot. So, yeah, these are all learned. It's all learned behavior. Harvey Weinstein, all of that is learned behavior. Jeffrey Epstein, this island, and to see how many celebrities went and visited said island. Now, who knows what happened when they got there, but we have a good idea. We have a good idea. So all of this is taught. All of it. So everything that Diddy is doing, all learned behavior. All learned. There are people that are bigger than him that should have been put away a long time ago. And it's people like him that help them stay free. So it's the same thing. They help him stay free until they no longer need you. At this point in time, they no longer need Diddy. And Diddy's not going to go against them. Look at R. Kelly. Look at Bill Cosby. Okay. Now, R. Kelly could get a private deal, like Cosby did, because the people feel like, oh, this was overturned or not. No. Favors were called in. Favors were called in. That's all. Cosby started saying, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, because this person did this president did that, this vice president, this senator, this. And it was like, you know what? Look at here. Because normally they would just end somebody like him when many eyes aren't on them. Now, see, Cosby had a lot of attention around him. So they couldn't just end him like they did Epstein. What Epstein did was so vile and so disgusting because of who was involved, like minors, and stuff like that, to where people just wanted him thrown away immediately. So with him allegedly taking his life, I don't think it was that. He was too connected. He was too connected. And the names that he starts shouting in that cell or sitting down, being recorded with confessing that this person did this and this person set up this, and you think Just Lane was the only person that was helping him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But they let them be the faces of the case so that everybody else that should be being looked at, like the Clintons and the Podestas, and a lot of other people that should be being looked into that have been supporting this for many years, that they should have been brought in too. It's to protect them, So we need faces of it, no different than Cosby. Cosby is the face of everything that's happened to this woman, although it was so many people that helped in between, to make sure that these things, these actions and stuff were brought out and carried out, and that these women and men were silenced. There's so many figures that have things to do with it. So many different figures that do so. So they could let Cosby out of jail, right? Because at least what he did was to adult women, right? There's no redemption for Cosby, but there's not even a conversation for somebody like Epstein. So what is connected as he was, they either took him out or said that he was taken out and sent him elsewhere. So like he's somewhere, new identity, new nose, new color eyes, somewhere. Because he knows he had to pay. He had to. There was no way around it. Nobody but there was no way around it. There is no justification in letting him get out. No justification. No. Like Weinstein, he'll probably get out. No different than Diddy. Cosby. He'll probably get out. But Epstein, there's no saving you. Like you gotta go. Like it's a wrap for you. So to protect so many other people, they had to get rid of him, because then you would think like Epstein, he literally had an island. Look how long he got away with doing what he was doing. A very long time. Very long time. And he's not the only person. So many people that were involved. So many people. There were women and men. Women and men. So yeah. Correct. Diddy would be one of the lesser evils, but still evil. Correct. There's way bigger people. For this to end, the teachers got to go, not just the students. Because a lot of the students, like Cosby and Weinstein, Epstein, and Diddy, they're all students. They've all been taught. You want to know some of the teachers? Allegedly, people like Clive Davis, or Elton John, or don't give me to start naming names. Don't give me to start naming names. Hillary Clinton, like I mean, don't give me to start naming names. Those are the teachers. Those are the teachers, and they as free as can be. As free as can be. Because we can have a conversation about why Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, and Kevin Hart, I believe, while Epstein, when he got arrested, all of those people were on ankle monitors. All of them. Oprah. That's why Oprah, if you look back at her interviews, when she was on her interviews, she was doing them from home. She was doing them from her house. Ellen DeGeneres' show ended basically because of her monitor. Like, her monitor, it was really what was keeping her from work, because she couldn't take it off. So she's not going to go sit on a nationally syndicated show and y'all like, no. So, and Oprah had on a monitor too. Kevin Hart. All of them had on monitors. And I believe now the house arrest, the reason why they were on house arrest is because the Epstein trial was going on. And I believe those monitors were to keep track of them because they are a part of it. They are part of it. I mean, you can Google it right now. Google it. When Oprah was sitting there doing interviews with certain people, she had on an ankle monitor. Ellen DeGeneres, Kevin Hart, Hillary Clinton, I believe. There was a lot of people that had on monitors. Like, yeah, don't go nowhere. We're going to track your every move because we on you. So, my girl. Yes. Correct. So we can definitely get into that because it's nothing. It's nothing to get into that. You know, people just, nobody even thought twice about it. I'm like, is that an ankle monitor? I'm like, why does she have that on? She's Oprah. Why would Oprah have on an ankle monitor? There's no reason for it. Crazy. So I love you guys. So we will be back tomorrow. Okay. I have one more show to do. We're going to do coffee. We'll be over on coffee in about an hour. No, about 40 minutes. We'll be live on coffee. We absolutely will be. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all the super stickers and super chats and all that good stuff. I love you so much. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. There is more to this crazy story we call Diddy. Okay. And we're going to keep breaking it down part by part. Okay. We absolutely will. I love you guys. Until the next show. Bye. What is this? Well, hold on, what is this? That's weird. That is weird. Okay. But it's fine. I love you guys. I will see y'all on the next show.